All right, good evening, everyone. It is time for a new thing that is an old thing. It's the recap from the Metaverse, because I guess there's a new Gundam show, and we felt like talking about it.
And we're too lazy to rename the series.
I mean, it's really bad for it just makes it so much harder to search, especially for a thing that we're going to talk about three times. It's just no.
Yeah.
It's just no.
Recap.
Like it's gonna get bad in 2 years, and the whole new show is gonna be, I don't know, Gundam Seed whalers on the moon, and we're not gonna be able to do that.
We're whalers on the moon. We carry. I'm going to be singing that the rest of the night now.
Before we start, I just want to say that this episode is not sponsored by anyone, but let's pour one out. Let's just pour one out for rightstuf.com. I know the Jabman audience is worldwide and has different experiences with Gundam and how they consume it, but Gundam just straight up died in North America like 10 years ago, give or take. Longer, 12. And that and I think Right Stuff and obviously Nozomi Entertainment, their in-house branding option, just showed up and committed to the entire thing, the entire series, the entire franchise. They bought it all at once, and they committed to getting it all out. And yes, they had to delay shipping Gundam-san, but they're shipping Gundam-san. Like they said everything, and they seem to be they seem to be pretty close to everything at this point. And it they made being a fan feel good, and it's a shame they're gone.
Let's just put it this way. Let's wind the clock back to when we were young. There was a
Yeah.
certain number of Gundam series you just could not get
Oh
unless you
God,
got
no.
some horrible bootleg copy. I had a horrendous bootleg copy of Double Zeta where they referred to the Cubile as the Lucy in the subtitles. And half the show didn't make any sense, even for Double Zeta standards. But they came out and they gave us good subtitled versions of all of Gundam that we didn't have. They re-released a lot of the old shows in Blu-ray. They remastered Seed Destiny. They gave us an amazing Collector's Wing box and G Gundam box, which I'm now kicking myself for not buying.
Oh, the G
They
Gundam box is too good. Like obviously the Double O box is great, the Wing box is great, but the G Gundam box is just clearly assembled with love. It has a postcard of the picture of this man, and on the back they drew the line of how you cut it, just so you could do it yourself without any thought. That is a fan commitment.
it
This was
had a Tequila Gundam shot glass.
They did indeed. They did indeed. And I mean, I don't think that Crunchyroll is going to do us too bad, except sell our data to Facebook. But everyone sells their data to Facebook.
I was going to say, who else?
Yeah, but and I do think that hell, we may see the Nozomi trend continue. We may get the old SD Gundam shorts out on a Blu-ray, except SD Mark III, the one that's very obviously wacky races. They can't sell that anywhere.
No. But the only thing I'll say that might be interesting about Crunchyroll is as good as Right Stuff was, their bread and butter was DVDs and Blu-rays.
Yeah,
And they sold some other stuff, which is nice. They sold Gundam kits. They didn't have
yeah.
a huge variety, but they sold Gundam kits. Crunchyroll is going to go all in on the merch.
Oh yeah,
And they're going to
that's
sell
the
some.
interesting thing. I did put in my last order with Right Stuff right before they closed on the 10th. I've got my shipping notice, and I know you just said they didn't have a lot of kits. They had a pre-order up for the table, the coffee table that is the GPO3 with the state with the Dendro. They were selling that. They were selling that. That
Maybe
might have
they're
been revenge. That might have been revenge on Sony. It's like we're making you ship these.
it only weighs a small ton,
Yeah,
and it's the only model kit you can buy that you literally have to buy furniture for.
yeah, like
Seriously, it is not practical to put it on any shelf ever made. You can't put it on the floor. You have to buy some furniture for that kit.
look, again, we also much like the high grade Neo Zeong. I think at some point there will be an action base 8 that is in fact a coffee table just for kits that big. Uh,
Yeah,
it'll have a different mounting option for like the Cassie Penelope fight set. That'll be in
there you
there.
go. Well, I'm still annoyed that they recently announced the 1/144th Destroy Gundam, and they said, "Here's the Destroy Gundam." I'm like, bull. But it's according to the specs. This is how big it is. Did you watch the show?
Yeah, yeah. The
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 Destroy Gundam is a walking skyscraper.
like this thing is. I don't think the kit's actually bigger than the high grade Psycho, and it should be. It
Yes.
should be.
Well, according to this, like the technical manuals, that they said, no, so this is actually the right height. I'm like, I don't care what the technical manual said. Did you watch the show?
I'm sorry.
Destroy Gundam.
I'm pretty sure I saw it just stomp an entire town in Switzerland at once.
Right. The Freedom Gundam flew up to the top, and it was the Freedom Gundam was slightly bigger than its head. Okay.
Yeah. It
The whole Freedom Gundam.
Look, you sold the Neo Zeong. You proved you will commit to a stupid amount of plastic.
Come on.
Just
Make the actual size destroy when you put the top on. It's literally the size of an extra large pizza.
yeah, come on. Do it. But okay, so we have a new build show, Gundam Build Metaverse, in which we celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Build franchise. I'm not old, shut up.
We just talked about not having Gundam X on Blu-ray. We're old. Deal with it.
Yeah, we're old. We're just old. Anyway, yeah, so it's a new thing. It's going to be 3 parts. It's straight to the internet, and the first episode dropped on Gundam Info. You can go over there and watch it now. We're going to review it. The first episode is called Dive. The episode director was Tomo Okuda, who has been a unit or episode director on MIM, that mech show that is the only non-romantic comedy approved by the Japanese LDP. He did EPs on Build Divers Re-Rise, Build Fighters Try, Double O, Age, IBO. And our screenwriting credit for this episode is Nobuo Kimura, who also worked on MIM, Buddy Complex, Cross Age, Divers, Age, and Knights and Magic. So these guys have been on a Gundam or two. We start off with a fight. We have the super perfect Strike Rouge fight on Moon, stage Moon
Yes.
Moon.
I was waiting for someone to say it. I have it written here. That's the first thing I wrote. Moon. It's just fun to say.
Moon.
It is the dumbest thing in all of Double Zeta, and that's saying something. But
It's
just
impressive.
fun to say.
Like there's the episode where Judo has to cross dress and pose as a girl so that he can pot a sex pest colony governor, and then he's running around in a dress with a machine gun. It's a two-parter. That's a two-parter.
Dressing in drag is par for the course in Gundam, let's just be honest.
I mean,
But the Moon Episodes, somebody just got drunk and wrote something. Let's just call it what it is.
that was something else. And we have and then we are introduced to the La Gundam, and he fights the Pink Strike and loses because our young protagonist has not assembled the shoulders good enough.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, it just happens. There is a lot of time spent on not gunpla building advice, but the mechanics of how this game interacts with gunpla building, and I'm like, this is only. My complaint is that this is for this whole thing is that this is only 3 episodes. You can skip a lot of this, I think.
I don't know.
But
They show us the master versus apprentice. The apprentice gets his butt whooped. We later find out Master is actually a character from a previous show, but whatever. We'll get to that. We show how this all works. This is apparently Bandai's wet dream. This is a giant online game via dot hack, or if you're not old,
yeah, we get the OP. It's back on. They did an OP for divers. It sounds the same as the OP they did
yeah.
for divers. It's fine.
One of the like some of the early build shows, like I actually kind of like this OP. This one is 100% forgettable.
Yeah, it is deeply fine. It is just deeply fine. Um, we are introduced to what they want us to understand the metaverse to be, which is you can sign up for early access for the real Gundam metaverse right now. Not in Canada, but it looks like a Gundam themed PlayStation home. They committed to this 2 years ago, back when people cared about NFTs, and there were gonna be NFTs in this, and they've quietly walked away from that. They've quietly walked away from that. So you just get to you just get to have microtransactions for Gundam themed things, and maybe there will be games in there at some point.
But yeah, because that NFTs and Gundam, I pretty much had a nightmare like that once.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
we find out that the real person who is playing this character, I like that. I'm pretty sure this is set in Hawaii.
No, it's absolutely set in
Surfing.
Hawaii. It's absolutely set in Hawaii. We do get someone say aloha. We get some people throwing some hakas.
I saw that. I didn't hear the aloha, but yeah, it seems very Hawaii. It seems very American, quite frankly. And they're rolling around. They go to a Gunpla shop, and in this shop is the greatest character in the history of all Gundam shows, Mr. Jeff.
Yeah, Mr.
Big,
Jeff.
he's
Mr.
He's
Jeff.
big, he's burly, he's awesome. He's got a giant friggin' Haro tattoo on his right shoulder. It's almost Samoan style, but it's a giant friggin' Haro.
Yeah, he's
Big,
got
he's awesome. I
he's
can't
just
cosplay him because it would be wildly racist. But
yeah, no.
I don't care. Mr. Jeff.
Yeah,
Made my
Mr.
day.
Jeff, the jacked Polynesian guy with the tribal Haro tattoo.
Like, I was like, oh, I'm cosplaying him. Then I put it in my head for a second. No, I'm not.
No, not. There is no amount of bronzer that makes that okay for you, Jeff. No amount.
No, I know. That's what I said. First I thought, wow, I can finally cosplay someone. It makes sense. Wait, no, it doesn't. No. Bad idea. Nope.
They have not. This. They have already announced a bunch of the kits for this show, and there is a multi-pack. Mr. Jeff's multi-pack, and it is a teal and pink bear guy wearing a lei, there's a lei decal around his neck with flowers, with a tiny little bear guy F with a little ukulele on his little grass shack, and an
100%.
aloha haro and an aloha haro.
I am 100% buying that.
No, it is
no question at all. It literally says Mr. Jeff's multi-pack on the package. I mean, come on.
yeah. No, they are all.
I won't even open it. I'm never going to build it.
They're cute little goobers, and they're selling them all in one box. It's a good thing.
Like I said, I probably won't even build it. I'm just going to keep it in the box and display it like that. Just Mr. Jeff's multi-pack. I'm done. I'm good.
Yeah. We get our kid Rio. He waves to Mr. Jeff, the Gunpla shop guy. the jacked Gunpla shop guy. And he goes to talk to Saria, who is definitely not Mask Lady from the first scene. Definitely not. Distinct. Completely distinct.
Yes. Not at all. There's no way. Couldn't happen.
And she says that she was up late watching Double Zeta because sometimes you just start playing Double Zeta in the middle of the night and you don't go to bed after.
I haven't done that double Zeta. I have gotten on a few kicks where I pop Zeta in and just kind of, no, I want to watch the next episode. Oh, I want to watch the next episode. Oh, it's 1 a.m. Crap.
Yep. It happens to us. It happens. It
Mm.
happens. She pretends to not know what happened in the fight last night so she can watch the replay footage and explain once again that he has done the shoulders wrong. So he resolves to redo the shoulders. There's a long montage of him redoing the shoulders. There's a pause where they have spam Misume, which again confirms very Hawaiian.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to go up to this kid like, okay, dude, the shoulders aren't that big of a deal. You're making this out to me a much bigger problem than it really is. Okay.
Yeah, like you're overthinking this a lot.
Right.
He also
My,
does a new
my,
paint. He does a new paint job, switching from blue to orange, just cause
which my
I
favorite
guess.
color is orange, so yeah.
I mean, you
This is
pick what you
this whole
like.
episode's coming up me. I like it.
Yeah. And then there is much ballyhoo about logging into the metaverse, a thing presumably they both do often. I don't know.
Like I said, it's dot hack sign, or if you're not old, Sword Art Online.
Yeah. Sword Art Online's got to be old now too. Like I think we have to update our MMO show reference.
Stop making me feel old.
Yeah.
Anyway, I do like the trial and error theme
Yeah.
that they kind of hit on. Is like, hey, if you screw up, you can try again. Now, at the same time, I'm thinking, if you screw up, you can buy another one.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely the case. We got a brief scene with the Bandai official VTuber lady. She says something, whatever, doesn't matter. Meijin Kawaguchi is a character in the show, and he has a display. You can see the brand new shiny red Barbados and a desert camo version of the Commando Quanta from Breaker 3. Saria.
Fumina
Yeah,
shows up wearing a mecha cat girl outfit.
yeah. I
I
mean,
mean, wasn't she the same girl who got really ticked off when that one guy made a mecha of her that looked like that? Now she's just like, yeah, all right, fine.
yeah. Let's pause for a moment. Like the Super Femina was within the confines of Build Fighters Try. Bad, wrong, creepy, and the character who did that was targeted rightly for revenge. And now she shows up in the metaverse as a cat girl Super Femina, and I'm
wearing
just gonna.
wearing
And,
less than what the original
yeah,
Fumina had.
the outfit is skimpier, and I am. She's up 2 cup sizes.
Well, it's been a couple years.
Yeah, but like they don't age up like the and like so far there's no indication that they're aging up Say or Reggie.
Well, let's, let's think about this for a second. When you make your avatar, even if you're trying to make it look like you make it a little skinnier than you really are.
Yeah,
You make it a little taller than you really are. You make your hair a little better than it really is. I make my beard exactly as it is because it's basically perfect. But you get the idea.
at the same time though, the Super Femina kit is supposed to be bad. And now they're endorsing a worse, more fetishy version of it. Just pointing that
Well,
out there.
I built that kit, and there was a certain point you had to paint on that kit, and it made me feel a little dirty, the part that I had to paint.
Yeah.
The whole thing came white, and you had to paint part of it pink. And it's like you couldn't have made it pink and had it paint white. I know it's harder, but quite frankly, it may make me a little less creepy.
Yeah.
Now they're going to go with that, and they want us to paint that.
Mm-hmm. And she's a cat girl now. We get an explanation of the matchmaking screen for no reason because he skips to like the invite queue, and then he just joins an open 2v2 with the build divers. But don't worry, don't stress out. These aren't the real build divers. These are just copycats, like how there's, a bunch of, copycats in every MMO.
Yeah. They're not real ones. Who knew? But they
They're
are.
so they fight. They fight.
Was anyone
Everyone's real
was
chill and nice, but they fight.
the one he was paired up with? Did it bother you that they said this is the Gundam Double O whatever? It was like, no, that's the Age 2. Shut up.
Yeah, like
It's the Age 2.
like he calls it the Double O Diver arc, but
I went, no, that's the Age friggin' 2.
no, the torso's an age like the torso's an age kit. The torso's an age kit. I think. Like, yeah, sure, it's still got the twin drives, but that's mostly an age kit. That's mostly like,
I'm 100% being picky, and I don't care.
yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We get a better look at the Law Gundam. I just gotta say, I like the head. I like the head. It kind of combines a bit of Double O and G Rekka with the big giant gem. Everything about it is deeply boring. Like I really don't like that it just has a bunch of quarter circles glued onto the existing 78-2 armor bits, and that's kind of all it's got going.
It's every other kit is like, okay, somebody took a standard kit and just really modified it, and it's full custom. This is like someone's first custom, which doesn't look great, but you can tell someone put a lot of work into it, so you're not going to be a jerk about it.
Yeah, like I should not be mean because this guy's a beginner,
At the
but
same time,
like
you're like,
you could have like there is room to play with the shoulder and skirt armor that isn't just gluing quarter circles to it.
now it's one of those things you accentuate the positives. You're like, okay, I like your colors. I like the way the head looks. I like the shoulders. What about these little bits on the side? I like the shoulders.
Yeah, again, the head's a lot of work. It's actually got a bit of it's got a bit of the GP series. There's a little GPO2 in how the Vulcans come in, but it's not great. It's not great. I do think it's interesting that they're only selling this as an entry grade, but what we also get are a new because it is the Build Divers and it is a 2v2, we get a new Momo pool. This one has bunny ears because it's the space type.
Yes.
Because rabbits
There's
on the moon.
It's rabbits on the moon. We carry a harpoon. I need to stop. Okay.
And a new and an F91 Ninja, and that's great. Ayame's F91 Ninja rocks.
The SD Ninja, which has the ability to split into 3 other ninjas disguised as other famous SD kits. That if you hit the right one, turns back into the. I don't know.
Look, okay, the Ninja 3-way split, classic Ninja move. The fact that it's called the Scramble Attack, which means it's from SD Gundam Scramble the first time. Actually, the first time the Command Gundam was ever animated, and the first time Musha, Knight, and Command crossed over. That's a good joke. That is a good joke. That is classic build show deep cut reference.
Deep cut.
It's a good cut.
That.
That's a good cut.
It's like you had to get out the cake knife for that cut. Wow.
No, it's that's a build show kind of joke, and I like it. I approve. I approve this message. Anyway, Rio loses basically immediately, and then he's like sad and drifting around, and it's like, wait, I have not lost completely, so I can take one shot with my bazooka. And it turns out all the work he put into the shoulders was totally validated, and he can, score one hit and save the day in this completely no consequence 2v2 private match.
Yeah. So I guess only in the pro ranked matches you lose your Gundam, or your damage is permanent, and if it's just casual, everything's fine. I don't know.
I don't get it. But over the course of the fight, we also learn that Saria knows Sarah and Kawaguchi. Apparently, she's maybe not been logging into Metaverse for personal reasons for a while. That'll probably matter next episode. We'll get all the details, but this is what happens. And then Rio sends friend requests to all of them, and it turns out, oh no, they are the real divers.
Who knew?
Who could
Oh
have
wait,
guessed?
the lady who introduced them knew all along because of course she did because she's the okay.
Yeah. We also
But
see
then
a
of course,
different masked lady watching all of this. She's just lurking in the lobby watching all this and is like muttering to herself about her evil plans. And then we get the end song, which is also fine.
and then we get our stinger at the end.
Yeah, after the
We
credits,
get
we get our stinger, which appears to be a next episode where maybe a clip from next episode where the other masked lady is out for blood. She has a deep personal grudge against, real masked lady who gets blowed up, and we find out due to I have no idea how the rules of this work, but her disguise as masked lady fades, and we see that she's Saria, which means she programmed her avatar with 2 layers. I don't know. And dun dun dun, end of episode.
her plot armor was blown off. That's what happened.
Yeah,
So
I don't.
if Kira really does become the villain in the Seed movie, that's what's going to happen to him. You'll see the plot armor fade.
And his disguise will fade. I don't know. Again, this is.
He'll actually age this time.
Look, the only character who's going to age in Seed is Mayrin, and that's only because she got an office job.
And Shin, because he's just like, you know what? I'm out of here. Bye.
Yeah. Like, the less screen time you have, the more likely you are to age in Gundam Seed. So, yeah, okay, so this is only 3 episodes. It's an anniversary show. It's kind of being billed as like, hey, we are going to skip over the parts where we implied fighters and divers were not in the same continuity and just have all of these dudes show up in one show and they're gonna fight each other. And just, it's only 3 episodes. Just do that. Skip to the fireworks factory. Serve me dessert first. Don't give me a new character. Don't give me a plot. Just hand me the fighter kids and the diver kids fighting. That's all I
we
need.
we we can still do that in the remaining 2 episodes. This is just going to be a fun fireworks show. I would criticize this episode more, but Mr. Jeff.
Yeah. Like Mr. Jeff
Well,
is
for
great.
me,
Mr.
Mr.
Jeff.
Jeff is my new favorite character of all time.
Yeah,
He
no,
had
great
no
guy.
lines, no lines whatsoever.
He says
Don't care.
aloha and that Saria's in the back, and that's really key connective tissue between scenes.
It completely breaks the episode if he's gone. Just saying.
Yeah. Uh anyway, the other thing, what else did I have to I had a thought saved in my brain.
Mr. Jeff is the best character. I know.
But Mr. Jeff does rock. Mr. Jeff does rock. There was no Patrick in this, which like fucking riot. Just break everything, throw everything, storm the Bandai headquarters. How dare there be no Team Patrick?
Also, where is Rambaral? I mean, you set it up. He could show up at any moment, but it's
Oh,
a plainly obvious thing. Ramba needs to be there.
yeah, vacation mode, Mr. Rawl. Come on.
Oh yeah, Raul walks by in a Hawaiian shirt, sunglasses, lei, shorts, and Uggs.
Oh yeah, no, like absolutely full on like middle-aged tourist Mr. Rawl just
Holding the
wandering
pineapple,
by.
holding the pineapple cup full of straws and umbrellas.
Yeah. Again, this is an anniversary show. You're only getting 3. Go full stupid. Go full stupid wherever possible.
Well,
This new
that's what I liked
character,
about
go.
that's what I liked about the first Bill Diver show, is it went full stupid. We had all the stupid cameos. The plot was ridiculous. Nothing made any sense. It was just stupid fun. I mean, still one of the funniest damn ever things. I mean, we have the gun battle, and we see the not Gundam 00 pilot wearing his purple helmet.
Yeah.
I
Oh
almost fell
yeah.
out of my chair laughing.
Yes, we had movie Tierra. We had movie Tierra.
It was a black dude and wearing like shorts and a t-shirt and still wearing the helmet for some reason. But you know what? It was stupid. It was fun. Just if you're gonna do the build divers, don't. No, they tried to make it too serious and too important. No, these build shows are supposed to be stupid and fun. Just focus on stupid and fun.
Yeah, we had and again like this Rio kid is sincere and earnest and excited about everything and I'm like why do we, like if all he's going to do is be amazed by things, do we need him around? If his whole purpose is to just be excited about logging
He
into Metaverse for
he
what must
he
be the
is
dozenth time.
he is the Bandai hope of kids watching this. It's like, no, this is you. We are inserting you into the show. You are so excited. You want to buy all the Gunpla. You want to get all this stuff. You want to give us your money. I mean, buy our merchandise. Come on.
I mean,
Like I said, you're thinking too hard about this. This is supposed to be stupid.
yeah, like you should just be stupid and have fun. And I know one other thing in my notes is that you talked to Jeff. You mentioned brought up trifail cycles. Something that I think the end theme does really well is that it shows Rio just cocking up making model kits in ways that feel normal. Like he break you see him break a V fin and spill paint all over himself, and I'm like, yeah, for real, we all done that. We've been there. Like I really want like if they change the edit all over the course of this, I want him to be like combing through a carpet looking for a lost polycap.
We've all been there.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have been the ground underneath my feet. I have crawled on looking for parts. It happens. But yeah, I always tell new kit like I like going to model kit shops and people ask my opinion. What's a good first model kit? And I'll point them to a not an easy one, but I'll stay shy them away from like the V2s and the Verka stuff and like no. You don't want to start off with one of these. Start off with something a little more easy and fun because I know you're going to screw it up. The reason I know this is because my first kit I ever bought was the old 1/100th no grade, or back in the day, high grade Epion. I've redone that kit 3 times. There's a reason I've redone that kit 3 times.
Yeah, I mean, there's something to be said for if you're considering getting into the hobby, picking your second or third favorite mobile suit as your
Yeah,
first kit.
yeah. I distinctly remember being at my local hobby shop, and a guy recognized me. He goes, "Hey, I've seen you on YouTube. Hey, how you doing? Hey, I'm thinking about this kit. What do you think?" And he held up the high new Verka, the one with all the water slides on it.
Yeah.
I'm like, "How many kits have you done?" He goes, "Oh, this has been my first." I'm like, "No, just,
Mm,
just no." He
keep it
goes,
in
"Why?
mind,
Do you
but
think?"
maybe pick another one to start with.
Well, I told. He said, "Well, I really like this kit." I'm like, "That's great. Do it on the second or third try." And I said, "How about this wing Gundam?" He goes, "Okay." He says, "You really think I can handle this?" I'm like, "Have you ever done water slide decals before? What are those?" Do the wing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want you to continue to build models. And if you start with this one, you will not continue to build these models.
Well, especially in a first time when you think you have to do every little bit of it, as
Yeah.
opposed to taking the decal sheet as a series of suggestions.
Yeah. Well, especially because there's certain kits that decals are a nice add-on, and there's certain kits that no, the decals are required. Orca, Hainu, the decals are required, and there's a lot of them.
He really likes all the little red indicators, doesn't he?
Yeah. Seriously, I got the Verka Zeta behind me here. I got a sheet of decals, and anyone who's watching this, I guess you get a free warning on this thing. I know exactly why this thing was built. as I'm building it, I figured it out pretty damn quickly. This is built to be the best Wave Rider ever. It's not built to be the best Zeta Gundam. It is just not. So I think I'm going to build this thing in Wave Rider or transform it to Wave Rider and just leave it there. So I'm like, should I really do all the decals for the parts I'm not going to see anyway?
Well, and I mean, you've already. I know you have the Zeta 2.0, which is a very good looking Zeta.
Right.
So
And
having a
this
Wave
is
Rider to match, yeah.
this thing screams Transformer to me. But
Uh,
Transformers are easy to transform. 2.0 Zeta. I mean, yeah, the 2.0 Zeta is not.
yeah, yeah, no. So yeah, that's the first episode of 3. We'll see how this goes. I do want to say that uh, thank you for hanging out in the live. We are not sponsored by anyone this week because we are pouring one out for Rightstuf. Some real ones, some real fans, full honors. I do have a link to a Kofi if you felt like supporting us later on down the road. And I'm doing Extra Life again this year. That is a charity video game marathon, not to be confused with ADQ or Desert Bus for Hope or Child's Play. But if you want to back me as I support the Children's Miracle Network of Hospitals, it's good. It's nice, whatever you want to do. And if you're still in the live chat right now, you can still send us a super thank you. A thing that YouTube needs to rename. It sounds so sarcastic.
Super thank you.
Super thanks.
Yes, and for the record, we've had this discussion before. You're not allowed to mention Desert Bus. This goes back like 20 years at this point. We're not allowed to talk about it.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, so we will be back in a week with Build Divers Beyond the Metaverse X whatever part 2. See you then.
Good night, everybody.